Hi all. So next topic we are going to see isothermal and adiabatic process. What do you mean by isothermal process? What do you mean by adiabatic process? So listen here. Isothermal process works on the principle of Boyle's law. Adiabatic process works on the principle of Poisson's law. So I am going to explain simultaneously both the process because you will understand very easily. First I am telling isothermal, then I am telling adiabatic. You will not compare and study. So I am comparing and teaching side by side. So listen carefully. Now, what do you mean by isothermal process? The process in which temperature remains constant, pressure and volume changes is called isothermal process. But whereas the process in which pressure, volume, temperature, there are three parameters: pressure, volume, temperature. All the three parameters changes is called adiabatic process. But here pressure and volume only changes. Pressure and volume only changes. Temperature remains constant. Here pressure, volume, temperature, all the three parameters changes. So now you are able to distinguish the isothermal and adiabatic process also, because I am teaching simultaneously both the process. So at the end of this class you should be able to distinguish what is isothermal process, what is adiabatic process. You can tabulate the differences. Now suppose you are considering a cylinder fitted with a piston. For isothermal process, the cylinder and piston should be made up of conducting walls. So the heat can go out from the surroundings, go to the surroundings. From the surroundings it may enter into the system also. So some gas is enclosed in a cylinder. So exchange of heat can take place because the walls of the container are made up of conducting walls. Here it is made up of non-conducting walls. So here exchange of heat does not take place. So heat cannot go to the surroundings or it cannot be taken from the surroundings. Both are not possible here. Here the exchange of heat is possible here. See here, in isothermal process I can divide. What do you mean by isothermal compression? And also I can divide isothermal expansion. In both way we can study. Here also in the same way, adiabatic compression, adiabatic expansion. Okay. Here in isothermal compression what happens? Now I am allowing the piston to move slowly downwards. That means when the piston goes downwards, the gas is compressed, work is done on the gas. The gas is compressed, work is done on the gas. So when it is compressed, the volume decreases whereas the pressure increases. In turn, the temperature also should increase, but it will not increase. It remains constant. How? Question mark. In the same way, isothermal expansion. When I am allowing the piston to move upward, the volume increases whereas the pressure decreases. According to Boyle's law, pressure or the given mass of the gas is inversely proportional to volume. We have seen in the previous video lecture. So when volume increases, pressure decreases. So in turn the temperature also should decrease, but it will not happen like this. It will remain constant. How? So in compression the temperature should increase, in expansion the temperature should decrease. But instead of increasing and decreasing, here we are maintaining the temperature constant. How? because we are allowing the piston to move slowly downwards or to expand slowly upwards. So whatever it happens here, the piston is allowed to move slowly. So isothermal process is only slow process. We are allowing the piston to move slowly. So it is slow process. So when I am allowing the piston slowly downwards or slowly upwards, what happens? Moreover, the walls of the container are made up of conducting walls. So when I am allowing the piston slowly downwards, the pressure increases, in turn the temperature also increases. But how much temperature is increased? The increased temperature is side by side, it is given to the surroundings. When it expands, the temperature goes on decreasing. That decreased temperature is taken from the surroundings. So in compression, the excess temperature is given to the surroundings. In expansion, how much temperature is shortage here, we need here, it is taken from the surroundings. So anyhow, the temperature remains constant in isothermal compression and also in expansion. So in isothermal process, temperature remains constant. So here Boyle's law holds good. What is Boyle's law? PV equal to constant. So PV equal to constant is the equation for Boyle's law. It is the equation for isothermal process. Now, when we come to adiabatic process, what happens? The walls of the container are made up of non-conducting walls. You cannot take the heat from the surroundings. You cannot give the excess heat to the surroundings. So exchange of heat is not possible. Here exchange of heat is possible. Exchange of heat is possible. Here it is not possible. PV equal to constant. Here PV over gamma is equal to constant. It is the equation for Poisson's law. It is slow process. It is quick process. So these are all the differences. So when we come to adiabatic compression, what happens? When I am allowing the piston suddenly downwards, here I am moving the piston suddenly downwards or upwards. So it is a quick process. So when I am allowing the piston suddenly downwards, the pressure increases. In turn, the temperature also increases. Volume decreases. So you cannot compensate the increased temperature, and it cannot be given to the surroundings. And moreover, when the piston is moved upward, the volume increases, the pressure decreases, in turn temperature also decreases. So here temperature is decreased, but it cannot be taken from surroundings. So here pressure, volume, temperature, all these parameters changes here. So here PV over gamma is equal to constant. This is the equation for Poisson's law. This holds good for adiabatic process. Because there are two reasons. Here we are taking the walls of the container, the cylinder made up of conducting walls. Here the cylinder is made up of non-conducting walls. This is the main reason. And one more thing, here the system, the piston is allowed to move slowly upward or downward, but it is allowed to move quickly, suddenly. So these two are the main reasons for adiabatic and isothermal processes. So you can distinguish how the isothermal process functions by keeping temperature constant, and the Boyle's law holds good. But how the adiabatic compression or expansion functions, here all the parameters, pressure, volume, temperature changes. So here the Poisson's law holds good. So we can study, we can compare. So this is the basics of isothermal and adiabatic processes. So let me move on to diagrams, pressure volume diagram, temperature entropy diagram. So I will also compare and I will tell you. So let me see the pressure volume diagram, PV diagram for isothermal process and for adiabatic process. And the same way we will see T5 diagram, temperature and entropy. Phi means entropy, T means temperature. So temperature entropy diagram. So let us discuss a small discussion here. Suppose we are plotting a graph between pressure and volume. Suppose volume is taken along x-axis and pressure is taken along y-axis. Suppose we are plotting the graph. Here V1, V2, V3, V4, the value goes on like this. Here P1, P2, P3, P4, the value goes on like this. So in the same way here also it goes like this. P1, V2, P1, V2, here P1, P2, here it goes like this. Suppose we are plotting the graph between pressure and volume, what happens? In isothermal process, the pressure in compression, what happens? The pressure increases. In expansion, what happens? The pressure decreases. So in other words, we can say in compression volume decreases, in expansion volume increases. Anyhow, the pressure and volume, whether it increases or decreases, but gradually it increases or decreases. So we are getting a slanting curve. So the curve, the name of the curve we call isotherm. Whereas when we plot graph between volume, pressure and volume is taken along x-axis, pressure is taken along y-axis. When we are plotting the graph, we are getting a steep curve. So the area covered under this curve, we are getting rectangular hyperbola in the case of isothermal process. Whereas in the case of adiabatic process, we are getting steep hyperbola. It is steep because the curve is steep. It is slanting, so we are getting rectangular hyperbola. It is steep, so it is steep hyperbola. So the area covered under this isotherm curve is called work done. In the same way here also the area covered under this steep curve is called work done. So now let me see the examples and see the differences between isothermal and adiabatic process. See, when we come to temperature and entropy, what happens? You are taking entropy in the x-axis, temperature in the y-axis, so it is origin. So what happens? In isothermal process, temperature remains constant. So there is no change in temperature. So you are getting a straight line which is parallel to x-axis. Whereas in the adiabatic process, you are getting a straight line, but it is parallel to y-axis. Because here temperature remains constant, whereas in the adiabatic process, entropy remains constant. Here T1 is equal to T2, but means there is no change in temperature. Here phi1 is equal to phi2, there is no change in entropy. So here temperature constant, here entropy constant. So here the heat transfer is equal to the work done, but here there is no heat transfer, only the entropy changes. So by comparing isothermal and adiabatic, what happens in the PV pressure volume diagram, what happens in the temperature entropy diagram, I have just seen. So you go through the basic concepts of this isothermal and adiabatic process. Thank you very much.